Why does women's independence trigger insecurity in men? That's definitely we can definitely break that down. I would say like when women started going into the work field and like making their own money and like focusing more on their career, I think that men men don't want to compete with other women in the work field. I actually think that men and women are supposed to complete each other, not compete against each other. And so by women like making more money and out earning their husbands, I would say they're insecure because now they're the breadwinners and they're the more masculine figure in the relationship in the marriage, which actually demasculates them. So I just think it's a masculinity femininity thing.
So wait, do a woman making money make her masculine? If a woman make
I was
money,
about to ask that question.
I would say that she would gain masculine traits by doing that.
why? I don't
Well,
understand the logic. Explain it
Okay,
to
so
me. Walk me through it.
masculine traits are leadership, like being independent. Well, like basically like controlling and independent, if that makes sense. Like she's the leader in the relationship. If she's
Wait,
the one
okay,
that's
hold on. Let's talk about this since it's not a lot of people. Okay. So being independent make you masculine, right? But like let's say that I'm a 25-year-old, 26, 27, 28. However, I'm an adult woman who I haven't found a man yet.
Okay.
Who how am I supposed to operate if not in independence?
Well, I mean, that was the push for feminism. The push for feminism was for men and women to both go into the work field so they can destroy the nuclear family and destroy.
Okay, but let's say feminism didn't exist and women weren't able to get jobs. So like if I turn 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, whatever, and I haven't found a man yet, I haven't fell in love yet, I'm supposed to be asked out. I'm not supposed to be able to take care of myself.
I mean, that's false. Women were able to work; they just weren't able to, which is not socially acceptable for them to work.
No, I'm asking you, what are you supposed to do besides be independent? What are you supposed to do if you're an adult woman in this world and you don't want to be?
I want to know what he was about to say
Well,
because he said they wasn't able. Hold on, when you said they wasn't able to finish that statement.
No, they were able to work back in the early.
No, you said they just wasn't able to do what?
It just wasn't socially it just wasn't pushed for women to go into the work field and put their careers before their family.
I know that. Oh, you was saying they wasn't able to, and then you stopped yourself. Finish the statement.
What was I saying? They weren't able to. I don't actually remember what I was going to say after that.
Yeah, he just opened up.
Did I say that?
Worms, bro.
Let's try this. Hold on. Let's try this. So women were able to work, but who did the money belong to?
So in the marriage, you're correct that women weren't able to own bank accounts when they were married to their husbands because they weren't the ones that,
or property.
Well, just when they were married, they were still able to own property.
Okay, so if I wasn't married, who did the money belong to if I worked?
If you worked, it's your money.
No.
Well, then if you don't have a husband, whose money is it going to be? You're not married.
You tell me.
No. Hold on. Step back.
So you don't know.
You're not married. Hold on. In the early 1900s, if you weren't married, right, and you went to work, that was your money. Like you don't just work for nothing.
The money belonged to somebody, but not the woman.
But then how did she get paid?
Yeah, I mean she got paid, but whose money was it?
It was, and if she was married, married,
she's
right?
not married. No, the person.
If she's not married, then it would be her money.
Okay. Well, nice try. But so I have a question then.
Okay.
If a woman again is not if she's independent, right? Or she's not married and she's an adult woman, if she doesn't want to be deemed as masculine, how else is she to present herself? Okay, if not independent?
I can explain. So I'm totally fine with women, they have to go to work, right? Because now we live in an egalitarian society where, you know, like everyone just has to go to work. It's an unfortunate situation, but it's the truth.
Right.
I would say that the problem that we have in society is that we have women in their early stages, like early 20s, they're going for careers before starting a family, and by the time they're done with college and all that stuff, their dating pool is a lot smaller because men would prefer women that are a lot younger, like in their early 20s, so they can have more kids.
No, so okay, this is my question. So in the meantime, in between time, right? What should I be doing with my life in my early 20s if not like setting up for a career to support my family in today's time? Like cuz can you not do both at the same time, or like what are women to do?
I would say that you're telling me, you're asking me to make an ought claim.
I don't know what that means. What's
like what should they do? Like what should women ought to do? So like I would say stop going to college for useless degrees. Number one, like women make up a majority of college student loan debt. So we can start with that.
What's a useless degree?
I would say also in the men's point of view, like majority of men need to like stop crying, like stop being little bitches.
Well,
hold up. What are useless degrees?
I would like gender studies, like anything liberal arts, like things like that. I'm okay with women doing that after they have sciences.
Wait, can I ask a quick question, Tara?
Hold up, real quick. So, do we not benefit as a society from people with degrees in humanities and social sciences?
In social science?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I think certain therapists are kind of wild, so not really.
So you don't deem it important, so you don't think it's important.
I mean, how many do we have to have in society?
Clearly, if there's a need for it, people are feeling the need.
How many people need social science?
No. The thing is, you don't even see the benefit of it because it's off your radar. That's just what I'm thinking is interesting when you say it's a useless degree, but it's needed by society. The reason why there are positions available for those degrees is because that's what society needs. People are not just pursuing any old degree. They're getting jobs with those degrees. Okay. There's a need that they're feeling.
Okay, so if that is the case, it's
not. Hold up. You're saying useless, but what you're really saying is you don't value those degrees. Just how you say how you feel about some therapists. Like that's an opinion.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I would say, well, if they're going for careers first before starting a family, then that's the decision that they want to make. If they want to do that, that's fine. But I'm just letting you know, like, if women are putting their careers first before starting a family, their dating pool is going to be significantly much smaller.
I heard what you said, and you already got pushed back for that. I'm saying when you said the useless degrees, you don't know what you're talking about. But that's fine. You can pivot.
I'm not pivoting. They are useless.
No, it's fine. But no. You're saying it based on your own biases and your lack of knowledge of how they benefit.
Do you want me to look up? Do you want me to look up?
Wait.
Before I made a claim that something was useless, I would look it up. It's kind of late now. You already shared your opinion on it.
Like therapy.
No. I don't need you to go educate yourself on it now. Just interesting that you're basically repeating a talking point. Okay.
Wait, yo, Tara.
You don't understand the benefit of it.
Yo, Tara.
Go ahead, Mama.
Tara, how much you gonna charge me to make some prompts for me? Because I've been trying to figure out how to get the fucking pictures on the live in the middle and shit, and I stay fucking it up.
I don't know, Mama. I'm kind of torn about doing stuff for men.
So, okay, hold on, Mama. I'm in the middle of
that's not a conversation right now.
So I want to know, Adventure. So English language arts is a useless degree.
English language arts? I mean, we need some of it, but if majority
what part of English language arts don't we need? Let me know.
I'm not saying we don't need them. I'm saying if majority of women are going for all these degrees.
Okay. What about like sociology? What about sociology? We don't need sociology.
I mean, we need it, but we don't need that many.
We don't need economics.
We don't need that many people going for sociology.
Hold up. Man, that's what I'm saying. I already talked about humanities and social sciences as a collective group. He doesn't have enough information on it. And the thing is like he's gonna just push back because he couldn't even support what he said earlier. Basically, his opinion, and he said, "Do you want me to go look it up?" Once
No,
he said,
ma'am.
hold up, sir." Once he said, "Do you want me to go look it up?" He don't know what he's talking about. Like we
I
don't have
was
to keep
saying
pushing back. He
specifically I
clearly,
can look
hold
it
up,
up.
sir.
Yeah, just
Nobody
don't.
wants to argue you something you're ignorant
Ma'am,
of.
I'm not ignorant. If you want me to look it up, I'll look it up specifically.
Yeah, but
I'm
that's
on
the
my
thing.
phone right now. I
Hold
can't
up.
get all the data right
Hold
now.
up, sir. Nobody has to look anything up but you. But
Okay.
you want sharing your opinion on something. But I want Jaja to get in the conversation so we can open the panel back up.
Okay, thank you for gaslighting, okay.
So basically, what does woman independence trigger? To be honest, this don't trigger me because I love a girl who have her own money, you know. I love a girl who independent and, you know, have a 9 to 5 or whatever. But a matter of fact, I don't date broke pocket girl. So a girl have to have them money before me even say I allow to own. You understand?
Hold on, real
woman
quick. I'm just letting y'all
independent.
know, Mama, you got this one. But go ahead,
Translate
Jaja.
for us, cause I can't.
No,
See why we need the social sciences. Translate for us. I don't understand patois.
Go ahead, Jaja. Finish.
One done on the app.
After speak
Hold up,
English.
Mama. Let him finish real quick and then respond to what he's saying. Why you want a woman that work at 9 to 5 when you don't?
Because I like a woman that independent. I don't want a girl to stay at home and depending on me. It's half and half at the moment. 2026, you have to have a proper job and have to deal with me. You have to have everything set in place before we can even part ways. You understand?
Yeah, he's saying
I
no
don't
what this
want.
girl.
Saying he don't
She have
like
to
broke
be know
women.
what this girl. She have to be very independent. Very
But
independent.
how? Okay, Jaja. So do you agree with Adventure? You don't think women should go to college?
No, he disagrees with me.
Yeah, you should go to college so you can get a good job when you finish and be even more independent. Then.
So Adventure, why you don't want women to go to college?
That's not what I said. I said that women in their early ages shouldn't be going for college. They should be focused on having a family.
So what, you should have a family first and then go back to college when you in your 30s?
Why would you go for your career first and then have a family?
No, that's the way it should be, you know.
Yeah,
that's the way it should be. It's the right way, man. It's the right way. You go from step to step. You finish school, then you start your family. So you can finance your family. You understand?
That's the man's job to provide and protect. It's not the woman's job.
Yeah, but that's based off YT people them. Like with us
That's based on men and women in general.
No, but brother, hear what I'm saying, right? The smartest thing for women to do is to be able to financially provide for themselves and their children, right?
Yes.
Now, if you want to say, yo, you know what, that's not what a woman is supposed to do based off your I would say moral overview of what you think a woman should be. But in 2026, bro, there's no reason why women should be waiting around on a man when they might not get the man that they want that can literally give them everything. Hold on.
Okay.
That can literally give them everything they need plus some, right? So it would be smarter for women to not waste years of their lives searching for a man when they can literally finance themselves, make sure that they can keep themselves up, right? And then if a man comes along who can handle a woman who goes to work and is independent, then that's on them.
Okay.
There's no reason, right? Because this is my whole thing, right? You know men and I know men, right? And most men ain't wealthy. And in this day and age, depending on where you live, you have to make a certain amount. And if you want your woman to feel safer, it's best you make above average money, right? I'm not talking about 70. No, most people ain't making 250K and up. So why should women wait around for a man that may possibly or may not, which is more than likely not to happen, right? Make 250K. Like, okay, that's just a waste of years.
Got it. So you want your wife to make like the same amount of money than you do?
And I never said I want my wife to make the same amount of money. No, I said I don't want women to wait around in hopes of possibly finding a man that can front the bill plus some. That's not smart.
But in the man's perspective, why would a man want to date a woman that's already been financially established?
And again, you're only speaking on a small. You're speaking on a portion of men, right?
But what's
You have
wrong with?
men.
Hold on,
Hold on, Lynn. Hold on, right? You have men that don't want women who work, but there are actual men who actually value a woman who is educated and financially privy.
Yeah, they're outliers. I agree with that.
What's
Right.
wrong with? Hold on. What's wrong with a woman that works? Like, why would that be a problem? Oh, you got.
I can answer this question. I can answer
Hold
this
on,
question.
Victoria. Hold on. Y'all got a lot going on. Somebody might one at a time. I need y'all to stay on mute because
Cause
somebody
they
might
some
Okay,
bitches.
I'm
messing up. Hold on, Adventure. What's wrong with a man wanting to be with a woman who has a job?
I think that the
Who
biggest
works?
issue is that when women decide to put their careers first before starting a family, they're gonna always put their job first before their kids. Whereas if they
That's
just
not
didn't,
true. What's the evidence that proves that?
what that if they're going, so they're outsourcing their children, right? So they have to go to work now because now they have a job.
But
So they have to outsource their children to nannies and all that.
Does society support? I mean, like the financial predicament we are in as a society support single income households.
That's my claim, though. That's why I said before earlier about the ideology of feminism when pushing for men
Bro,
and
we
women to
already $1
join the work
trillion
field.
in debt.
So
What did they
you
wait
hold
till-
on. You hold on, Marmar. You think feminism is the reason why society is hiding a bitch and not
Absolutely.
capitalism? You don't blame
What?
the billionaire class who's
Ma'am, in
making
the early
everything.
1900s, it only took one person to make the money
In
for
the
the
early
household.
1900s, homes were still cheap as shit. What are you talking about? Inflation is happening not because of feminism.
Yeah, it is.
Why
It was
are
to
you
push for
blaming inflation
egalitarian.
on? Why are you blaming inflation on feminism instead of the
Because
proper people?
because men and women are competing against each other in the work field, and now they want their own property. So now there's competition with property too.
That's not why property is expensive, because
If
there's
there's
competition.
there's a low supply and a high demand.
No,
if men and women both want to own their own property,
there's not a low supply. That's a lie that you believe, so you won't
No, it's
fight the
not.
proper people. It is. Cognitive dissonance is whooping your ass right now.
You're just like crashing
Why are
out,
you
bro.
not blaming the right person, the right people,
Okay, so then let
corporations
women
for
put
hiking
their
up
careers
the
first before having a
price?
family, and let the divorce rates go high.
You think because women
they're
are
filing
in
for
the
divorce
work,
for irreconcilable differences.
sir, that has nothing to do with capitalism and the price of tea in China. You blaming the wrong person.
Okay, so let them go for careers then, and then let them.
Okay, go ahead and mute up. Go ahead and mute up.
I don't think he don't understand how inflation works. Go ahead.
So what is going on? So I think that there is a separation when it comes down to feminism, right? If we're going to talk about feminism, understand that feminism wasn't one that our community pushed, because women always played a role. Yes, right here, sir. Played a role in the traditional Black household. If down to as long as I could remember, even my great grandparents. Grandpa would go to work and great grandpa would go to work and bring his check home to grandma, and she would pay the bill. She would do everything that was needed.
Focus,
right?
baby. Focus. Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get out the car. But what I'm saying is that feminism wasn't it wasn't in our community, right? And with that, yes, it was for them, the others, the caucus. So they had the problems of trying to fight and trying to be equal. And yes, those are the ones who tend to put their job over their children. Not in the black. That does not happen in the Black household. Women,
what do you
just because they have jobs does not mean that they're putting it above their kids. I don't understand where that sentiment even comes from.
They're outsourcing.
Hold on.
I'm not gonna be able to speak.
Hold on. Itzo, what do you think in the context of what you just said, right? Based on your context, what is feminism to you? Are you on mute?
Yeah, you muted.
Oh, you on mute. No, Star, shut the fuck up. Just because you don't have a brain that you can use
You don't have a brain
properly.
either. Calm down.
Adventure, you're blaming inflation on feminism.
Yes, I
You a
am.
mediocre
That's
white
exactly what I'm
man.
doing.
No, you gotta blame it on the fact that you a mediocre white man and not
Here we go with the ad
feminism.
homs. Here we go. Yeah, Craig. Personal
Yeah,
attack.
this not
Like I
the great
care.
debate.
Like I
Stupid.
care.
You
You're
think this
debating
a
on
great
anecdote.
debate?
You're debating on ad homs.
Do you think this the great debate?
It is, yes. I think this is a good debate. Yeah.
Then you real
Listen,
kind of slow down.
your claim is let women go and put their careers first and let them date
Was
men.
that my claim?
You just said you would be totally fine with women putting their careers first.
Who said that? So you a liar too?
Okay, so
do you lie often?
I asked
Adventure?
you, ma'am.
Adventure, do you lie
ma'am,
often?
Stop.
No.
I asked you.
Tell me, do you lie often? I said, who does that? Who puts their careers before their children? Who does that?
Okay, if you're going for
we
college,
don't do that in the black community, like that man just told you. I'm sorry.
Stop playing the victim. I asked you before.
Who's playing the victim?
What is more important?
You're just
starting
lying.
a family early or starting your career?
You're lying.
Ma'am, just answer the question. What is more important? Women putting their family first or their careers?
No.
Your career.
You're lying.
Okay, so let them put their career first before their family.
Hold up.
That's the problem we're having with divorces and marriages in the first place.
No. Just because you get yourself established to make sure that you can provide resources to your children if you decide to have them, doesn't mean you're putting the career over the children.
Why would you have kids?
Hold up. You keep talking. You're preparing for your future. That's the thing. Hold up, y'all. You're investing in your future and your children's future if you decide to have them. You thinking because somebody decided to, okay, I'm young, let me use this time and energy establishing myself, making sure I have skills so I can make money for myself, I can help support my family. And you're like, well, you should have had the children first.
Yes.
That's a quick way to end up in poverty.
Not if you find a man that's actually going to provide and protect for you. That's my claim.
How old should the man be?
Well, probably in his 30s. He would be established at that point.
So you think that 20-year-olds should be with 30-year-olds?
I'm saying that women should be with men that are established in their career and they make lots of money, yes.
So are men supposed to have the children before they get careers too?
Men's duty and obligations in society is to provide and protect their wife and their children.
So, okay, what age? I mean, what income level should a man be at before he has a child?
I would say anywhere between maybe 100,000 and up.
Oh, so men who below 100,000 shouldn't be having children. Broke people shouldn't have children, is what you saying?
I don't think broke people should be having children.
So you okay, got it.
Now, because if you're saying broke people, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's considered broke?
I would say anything below the poverty level. I would say like, well, it depends on where you. There's a lot of factors. It depends on where you live, what city, what state, what the rent is, like how much you're paying for housing. Like all those variables are considered accounts for that. So it depends on what state you live in. That's the dependable factor.
Yeah, so broke can be subjective, right?
I would agree with that.
Hold up. Yeah, because you're like the poverty line, right? But you make let's say you make 10K more than the poverty line, so you're not technically in poverty. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that you're fit to start a family.
You would have conversations with your wife about that, though.
Yeah, but hold up, no, because that's what I was saying earlier. Because then you got to think about with extracurriculars, right? Mm-hmm. You got to think about the type of schooling, the type of opportunities, the type of neighborhood, and you're like, well, as long as you got that amount above poverty, you're good. And that's the problem. Because it's interesting how you was making this argument about women putting their careers over their children, and you're trying to say the man doing it for the family, but the truth is the way you explaining it, that you will be putting your career over your family.
One person, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though.
I want want to know. So, do you think women should date men for their money?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I mean, it's sad to say, but yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think men need to start like growing a pair of balls and just going to work. I also think it's really important for men to get together and help each other out in terms of finances, because their duties in society are to provide and protect. There's lots of jobs out there that actually do pay a lot, like welding, oil rigs, construction. Like there are lots of like jobs out there that men can make a lot of money on.
So based on your theory go ahead, Terry.
No, but I'm just saying, based on what he's saying, though, the interesting thing is it's still coming from a codependency, right? Because we're talking about women being independent. So, like, the way you're talking, like, the default has to be a marriage, right? A woman doesn't have to be married, and she doesn't have to have children.
Wait, what?
What do you mean, wait, what?
Wait, can you just repeat what you just said? I'm sorry, I wasn't tracking.
What's up, Michael? What you want to say?
Okay,
I was going to touch on what you just said, though, about you said there was no obligation for children. I would cite Nancy Pelosi's own words from 2016, where she said that women are exempt from the selective service system to have kids. But instead, what they've really done is they've AB'd $1.3 billion since 1973.
Yeah, and they need to AB more. Hold on real quick. They need to AB more. Listen to what I'm saying.
Oh, God. Are you kidding me?
It doesn't matter. Hold up. It don't matter what the fuck Nancy Pelosi said. What the fuck? Like, because we live in a society that want to send men to war to get access to resources and want women to stay home and have babies does not mean a woman has to have a baby.
Well, no, but by the logic and the criticism
the society
given to
at
Trump
large. Hold up,
draft dodging,
sir.
Those women would be guilty.
Hold up.
Exactly my point.
Shut the fuck up. There's no active draft going on right now. But just because the society at large
register.
Hold up. Why are you trying to cut me off? Shut the fuck up. When society at large decided this is what they want, that does not make a woman obligated to have children. If society wants children from women, they have to make a society that women feel comfortable having children in. There's no requirement to have children.
That would be true if women weren't in Congress when they made the male draft law.
Were
the first woman was in Congress a year before they made the male draft law.
So
women are currently 0.01%.
Are you saying that one woman is the one who? Okay.
Yeah, because they already knew they weren't going to stay in the kitchen.
Yeah. Do you realize that we don't live in a society where most women can just stay in the kitchen? Has that hit your cranium yet?
In 1981, the Supreme Court said no women in combat, no women on the...
Michael, no.
Y'all been allowed...
You're fundamentally wrong.
Since
no,
2000...
you're fundamentally wrong. Because the government is supposed to work for its people. The people are not supposed to work for the government. So just because somebody in office made a statement, because again, society at large,
the Supreme Court
does not obligate a woman to have children. It don't matter what the Supreme Court has to say when it comes to somebody's body.
It does, actually.
You sound like you drunk.
The
Go
Supreme
ahead, JJ Cubs.
Is the deciding factor.
Hold up, we're going to JJ Cubs. Go ahead, JJ Cubs.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you know, the concept of protecting and providing for women and children is totally fine. But I always have to ask men, like, how many years are you protecting and providing for what in return? Usually it comes into the conversation of having children, and I'm wondering, like, what takes a woman out of the workforce for more than a year and a half after having children?
Who are you asking?
Raising the children?
Right, but that
I'm not understanding. This is my thing with y'all. Not you, JJ, because I haven't heard enough from you. So don't let it hit you, right? But people like Mike and Adventurous, I'm not understanding like why, like they logic behind the way that they argue and fight and what they fight for. Because why not just push for stronger maternity leave laws? Like, why not say like women should be able to take care of their children for like up to 3 years after they have a baby and be able to stay off of work?
Well, that puts the company at risk.
Could I answer that?
How does that put the company at risk?
Well, because then they have to hire somebody else to replace that person.
I mean, not really. They put workload and workforce on a few amount of people anyways.
What?
Do they not make one person do the job of like 3 people as it is in most companies?
Now you're overgeneralizing companies.
I'm sorry. Are you a CEO of a multi-billion-dollar corporation? Adventure.
You have to see things from like a
adventure. I'm really tired of y'all arguing like y'all CEOs of multi-billion-dollar companies. Are you or are you not?
Am I a CEO manager? No, I'm not.
Okay, so I don't get what would be the benefit of you like protecting them, like they need your fucking protection.
Ma'am, you're like getting really triggered. Like honestly, there's something wrong with you.
I'm not getting triggered. I'm not getting triggered.
So guys, the reason why I brought up the pregnancy thing is that just because women might have children doesn't mean they need to be out of the workplace forever. That's my whole point. Is like it's a very one-sided view of how men and women should operate just because women might have children.
Well, I would say like I would say it's totally fine for them to work. I'm just saying they shouldn't be putting their career first before their family. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on, real quick, because your last response was you getting triggered. So what's up, Liz?
Hey, yeah, I mean, it's simple. I was just told to come here from Lynn because, I heard there was some.
Yeah, your people over here.
Yeah.
You know where we at.
Yeah.
It's her fault, Liz. Don't let her. This Mary Dairy account. Come on now. This your fault. Now,
no, I said it because Liz was using this count.
You know why she
I don't know why you coming for me.
No. You know why Liz was okay. So come on.
I already commented what the hell, ma'am?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, Liz.
We like literally that was an account to like attract the whites, and then it worked, and that's our own fault. So anyway, yeah, I think that men simply feel entitled to women, feel like they have ownership over women, and they've been conditioned to believe that that's what's in the cards for them. And especially now that like things are different, right? And things continue to change. Women gain a larger and larger share of the overall wealth, globally. Women have higher positions in the workforce, et cetera, et cetera. Like there's a real disconnect between what men were conditioned to believe that they were entitled to versus what is the reality. And that's making men very mad.
Should men protect and provide for women?
On that?
Who is that? Go ahead, Sage. You next.
Hey y'all.
Hey, how you doing?
Hold on, real quick. Can y'all hold up, Sage? Can y'all tap the screen, get the lights up? So we should be past 20K by now,
and we should be
y'all
past
can support
10
the people
shares.
in the panel. Yeah, and support the live goal. Go ahead, Sage.
Yes, thank you for bringing me up.
Oh, sorry, Mary. Real quick, sorry. May I please have mod powers when you get a chance? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing me up. I was really interested by the prompt, and I definitely do agree with what most of the women have said so far, specifically Liz. Black women are the highest educated demographic in America, and so that threatens men because the community that they have depended on being subjugated to their financial, social, sexual, emotional abuse is no longer as easily subjectable. And so, while becoming more independent, more educated, and surpassing most other populations in the country, that's triggering to them. I think that men, when they see that their existence or
Thank you,
that
Sucker Free.
their when they see that they're not as needed as they had to be, men have historically subjugated us into a role of depending on men for survival. When women couldn't vote, women couldn't open bank accounts, women couldn't have credit cards unless they were married. And so, as we continue to move further and further into the modern day in the future, and men are less necessary for our basic human rights and everyday survival, it sparks an insecurity in them. And when women are the highest, some of the highest spenders and the highest earners, we have a different impact on the economy. We have a different impact on the political landscape. We're leading cultural conversations. I'm not sure. I think that this live, right, is run by a woman. Most lives on TikTok are run by women. We are leading the conversations, and men are feeling insecure, and they're feeling lost because all they've been told their entire life is that they're the king, they're the provider, they're the leader, but we make more than them. We have more college education than they do. We look better than them. Our value doesn't decline. We don't hit the same wall that men do. And that's why we see them starting so many conversations on TikTok about 304s and low value women, because they're low value men. So I think that's why men get insecure, because they know that they're not needed, and they're not as important as they've been told, and that makes them upset because they also have not been given any of the tools to process that, and so they become violent and volatile.
Yeah, I agree, and it's interesting because earlier, the man was saying how we competing for like in the workforce, which is interesting because these men were not raised for a service economy. Like let's be for real, their thing is manufacturing, and a lot of these jobs they complain that women are taking, they don't even qualify for because of their lack of education. They delusional. Did anybody want to say something before we go to the person at the top?
Yes, and also they don't want to get up and go to a job and build a house. They don't want to. That's why you hear them complaining about 50-50 and all this and all that, because they don't even like the system that they set up. They want someone to come and provide for them. That's why they call women 304s and gold diggers and all of that, is because they want some gold to dig. They hate that as a man, that's their responsibility. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, can I address
a woman should pay 50-50, half and half. 2026, you guys get the most good jobs. You should pay half and half. You guys are too mean and too lazy.
Why would I be with a man if I need to now take on 50% of his debt? If I can provide for myself, what's the point?
Why use a dildo on your vibrator?
Okay, and that's what I'll do. What's the point?
Wait, I want to have a conversation with Steve.
Don't threaten me with a good time. What the fuck?
But she said a lot.
So like just the way you said that, why would you go 50-50 with a man? Why would a man go 100 and 0 with a woman?
See, there y'all go. That's that insecurity.
Wait,
no, I'm not insecure.
Hold up.
Sage, my wife makes more than me.
Hold up. I'm gonna tell y'all what's wrong with the whole 50-50 argument. So, women are expected to perform like domestic work, the domestic labor, and essentially childcare, right? Which is considered invisible labor. It's unpaid. So when y'all say 50-50, it's literally just the man's obligation, because y'all would just be talking about the bills. It's not a true 50-50. If it was 50-50, it would be across the board. But you take something that women were expected to do for free, and then you're like, well, you're not doing your share because you will be paying the bills. Is y'all want y'all burden lightened because y'all can't be the providers y'all thought y'all would be.
But my challenge was about, if you don't want to even go 50-50 with someone, because why would you? Why would that person want to go 100 and 0?
They don't have to. They have the obligation. Men
and this
have
is
the
coming from a man that's happily married to a woman that makes more than me. There's nothing to shame about that, bro.
You know why I said 50-50?
Hold on.
Good for you. I do feel bad for her.
Hold on.
Why would you feel bad for her, bro?
Men have the right to not want to go 100-0. Just don't go after the women who don't want to go 50-50. Everybody date who they supposed to date. Date the women who want to go 50-50 with you. And do that and shut the fuck up about
Exactly.
it.
I actually agree with
Exactly.
Cole. I
That's
actually
all
agree
we
with
have
Shut
to
up
Colin.
about
do.
it. Exactly.
Something I want to point out is that
That's the
I was
thing.
told that is unfortunate for her. So am I supposed to be insecure as a man that she makes more money than me? Because that's what you're
No.
perpetuating.
No,
That's
I
not what
just
men are
said that I
All she's
feel
perpetuating in
bad
saying
this
for
is that
her.
she
relationship.
feel bad. It's
I
her
Why would you
did.
feel
opinion.
bad for her? She has a
Why do
career
you
that she
I
loves.
believe
care?
she needs to
Why
be
do you
single if she
care?
makes
You
more
need to
money
defend
than a
your right to
man.
people.
But she has a
Wait.
career that
Hold
she
up,
loves. So why would you feel bad
hold
for her?
up, hold
Why do you
up, hold
care?
up.
Of course, host.
Hold
Sorry.
up, real quick. Hold up, Sage. The two people at the top, y'all gotta wait to be
But I'm
introduced to
saying,
the
like,
conversation.
in
Hold
one
up,
breath, you're
sir.
telling me
Hold up.
to.
Shut
The
the
host
fuck
is speaking.
up. Damn. When people talking over each other, like it's hard to follow the conversations. Like if somebody's talking, just hold up, let them finish, and then you can respond. But we'll get to y'all at the top in a second. Go ahead, Cub.
Yeah, that's the simple
Land,
question
what you
is
talking about?
why would it be a negative thing for a woman to make more money than a man if right here the whole topic is about why does a woman's independence trigger insecurity? Because based on your topic, I feel bad for her. You would say that you feel bad that I'm not making more money than her as a man, right?
Yes.
Do you
Well,
care?
the
Why do
Why
you
thing,
do
care
you
though?
Hold on,
care
hold
Exactly.
on,
Like,
hold
what
why
on.
does
she
he
Because it goes
did?
care?
against
well
the
that,
I'm
crumbs.
not
hold
your
up,
wife.
y'all.
I'm not your wife.
Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna
But
tell you.
it's
So they
contradictory to your own stance.
hold up. Y'all can say that. The problem with that is that women who make more money than their partners, what end up happening is they end up doing more work
Yup.
because it's a power dynamic thing. Like the men could be more abusive towards her. The reality is that they do feel insecure about the fact that the woman makes more money.
Rightfully
Like y'all don't
so.
want to be honest about that.
But hold up,
Rightfully
I'm
so.
telling you right now that I have no problem with it.
Yeah, you saying it,
Am
but
I
that's
not
not
a
what's
Why are
showing
man?
you
up.
on this panel?
Because I'm trying to
Hold up,
prove
Ray.
that this is not an objective thing for men. There are some weak ass men out there that can't handle their women being successful, but y'all should just not pay any attention to them.
Sound good.
That's what we do.
Hold up, Ray. I don't know why.
Oh,
Again, I said I'm gonna get to y'all in a second. I don't know why y'all unmuting though. Because people who already spoke, people who were already in the conversation wanted to respond to what he was saying.
Yeah, I just think it's wild to defend the prompt while also kind of reiterating.
I think Sage was trying to.
Yes.
We heard you.
So my thing
Sage
is
and
the
Lynn wanted to respond.
yes, and I'll keep it. Listen, my thing is, I just said something, and again, that triggered an insecurity in you for you to say, well, why do you care and this and that? I'm not in your marriage. It clearly works for you. I wasn't there when you proposed to her. I wasn't there when she said yes, and I wasn't there when y'all got married and said your vows. So I don't know why my opinion on your wife when all I said was I feel bad for her. I feel bad that she is going to work and she's bringing home more money than a man who has the privilege that he does. Women make 73 cents on average to every dollar that a
Man, the
man
gender
makes in the
wage gap
same
is debunked
position.
like several times.
It hasn't been debunked.
It hasn't been.
It
Lately,
literally
the
has
issue
not
of
been
making more
debunked,
Yes,
bro.
it
Hold up,
Like,
y'all.
has.
Lynn wanted.
Hold up.
Hold up, y'all.
You keep
Lynn wanted to say
conflating
something. Hold
okay.
up. Lynn wanted to say. Shut up. Lynn gonna say something that we gonna go to Ray. Chill out.
I get to respond though, right? So
And we're not open the panel back up. Go ahead, Lynn.
Listen, Cub, we would never have known about your personal business if you wouldn't have brought it up. I just
Right.
tell everybody on the panel keep personals out of it. That way you won't get offended if somebody use your personal
I'm
against you. And let's
just showing
move
you mirror to
forward.
the logic. That's
Okay, let's move forward. Like
Yeah,
it don't
really.
matter if your
It
wife make
doesn't.
more than you. We would have never known if you wouldn't have told us, and you wouldn't have had to defend it. Like, come
guys.
on.
And
Like
why
Go
do
I
you
said,
ahead,
care what I
Ray.
think
I
about
wouldn't
it?
have shared it
Hold
if
up,
it
y'all.
bothered
Hold
me,
up, y'all.
right?
Hold up.
I'm challenging
It's like children. The expectation was
logic.
given, and y'all. Hold up. Cubs. Like, we all adults. This feeling like behavior management. Chill out.
You're
The
not
panel
letting
be open after Ray respond. Go ahead, Ray.
thank you. For this one is why does women's independence trigger insecurity in men? So first, in my opinion, women's independence has a lot to do with the dependence of men failing. So we had to become independent in order to live the life that we want to live and be happy. And it triggers men because men don't like to disappoint people, like, just period. So when when they feel like they're disappointing people, they become insecure. They might get angry, sad, you never know. So that's the point of it. And yes, it does, because they're disappointing the women. So
That's truth. That is truth right there.
I have a question for the ladies though. Like, are you ladies trying to say like that the men should be like making more money than the women, or no?
y'all created this society
Y'all
to
No,
did.
no,
do
that's
that.
not what I asked. That's not what I
Yes.
asked.
Act like children
Yes.
when it comes to this shit. Take
I'm
some
just
Yes.
asking a direct question.
Stop.
Do you
If
think?
you want to be
Stop comparing
sexist, then
women
be
to children.
sexist.
There you
Hold
go.
on,
Everybody
stop,
on
stop,
this
stop. I don't care
panel
about
is
ad
an
hoc. I don't
adult.
care
Sure,
about
you're
ad hoc.
acting like a child.
Everybody
You're
on this
saying, well,
panel is an
men did
adult.
this.
I'm just
Men did this,
asking.
so
I'm
it's okay to
asking.
act like this.
Okay,
It's like,
No,
are you
it's
fucking
not
I'm asking
okay.
a
stupid?
question.
hold on, Ray. Hold on,
That is
y'all.
stupid, bro.
I just want to
Cubs,
ask. I'm asking.
hold on. I get that you feel that way, but we all can't speak one at a time. Like, he asked the question, let somebody answer the question. Y'all
Yeah,
don't gotta stomp people out when they answering the damn question.
yeah. I
Jesus,
get.
He asked the question
let
to
one
the
of them
women.
respond.
He
Yeah.
asked the question
Like,
to
can
the
I just
women
explain?
and look at the men responding.
Hold on. I just want to like ask because it's a serious question. Like, is your claim that like men should make more than women? That's all I want to know. Like, you think that
Okay,
men
well,
should make
let
more
her
than women?
respond. You asked,
So
let her respond.
in this
He
society
asking
where
me.
the
He
gender
asking.
where the gender pay gap exists, and on
No,
average men in the same, hey, so you asked the question, bro, do you want it or
Thank you're
not? Like,
getting
you can
triggered.
disagree
Just
with
don't
me or
say
you can
gender wage
agree.
gap. I'm just asking you.
Just
You.
let
No,
her
I'm
It's
good.
a
That's
respond.
yes
my
or a no.
answer.
It's a yes or a no.
Nobody
No, she can
interrupts
respond
you.
the way that she wants to respond. Let her respond.
And literally no one interrupts y'all. Nobody does. It's just the men. But
Just
anyways,
go ahead,
Okay,
Faye.
that's fine. Just
I'm
I
answer
can
going.
it.
I'm
moderate.
going. So boom. In a society, in a system where you guys have set that up to be privileged as men and to make on average more than us in the same positions with the same or less qualifications than us. Yes, I'm not going to get into a relationship and marry a man who is not bringing home more than I am. There's not a point in that for me besides some sort of romantic connection, right? But I'm not going to have romantic connection with a man who I resent for making me go to work and not bringing home more than I am and making my life softer and easier. That's the thing is a relationship has to serve a certain purpose for me. Otherwise, I'm doing great on my own. I can continue doing that. I love my girlfriends. I love my friends. I love my family. And, I love my nieces and nephews. I don't have to have kids, and I'm not going to have children with a man who is not doing more than I am. And if I was a lesbian, I wouldn't marry a woman who wasn't bringing home more than me. It's that simple. I want leadership in a real way, which is providing, which is leading, which is earning more and having something actually genuine to share and to teach. I'm not going to be in the position that
Okay.
your wife is in.
Okay,
That's for her.
Sage, hold on. That wasn't
Can I
even
respond?
Cub. That was
Can I
Adventure.
respond?
that was a
You
long
see
answer.
how it go?
I was just
Go.
asking for a yes or no.
Can I respond?
That requires men that want to date you to be insecure because they don't have enough money. So this is a contradiction.
Not even
Exactly.
true.
That's absolutely is. If you wouldn't date a man without that kind of money, they have to be insecure about the type of money they make compared to you in order to
That
gain
doesn't
access
even,
to
that's
you.
not true.
That's a
That's not
logical
true.
fallacy, bro.
The
So
woman at the
then
bottom literally said,
Can you hold on to your standard, Sage?
and
you would
Everybody needs to
actually,
stop
you're
touching the
interrupting
mic.
me. You're
Stop touching
interrupting
the
me.
mic.
You would actually prefer that men are insecure when they're dating you so they make more money than you.
no, I wouldn't. You can't
That's
say
what
that
that
for me.
means. You
That's
would
not
want them to be
true.
triggered by
contradicting herself.
insecurity
That's
in
crazy.
your wages so that they
But
could become better than you.
Adventure thinks that men should make more than women too. Adventure,
I
that's
think
his
so.
belief.
Yes.
Because of the
men's
reasons
duties are
he's
to provide
getting
and
right
protect.
now.
Because
Right? Like
what
I, as a
Adventure?
man, I don't think that's true. Right. So
I-
Adventure and I differ in those ways where I'm married to a woman that makes more than me just because she wanted that type of career.
Get ready for those divorce
Okay,
papers.
so hold on.
Why would you think that's gonna be a possibility, bro? Like I contribute to the household too.
Hold on, Cubs. First of all, you keep bringing up your own business. So that's why people keep talking about your
Example. It's
business.
just an example.
But I want to
Chubbs,
know.
we
Hold
can
on.
say that about women.
That's
I'm
my whole
I'm
point.
about to drop anybody who interrupt me. I swear to God. Cubs, I want to know, so you do contribute to the household. You just not at home being a bum. Do you make marginally less than your wife, or like is it significantly less? Like,
well, why would that matter though? Is what I'm trying to ask.
I just want to know.
I make probably like 20K less.
I mean, well, that's not that. You acting like she make like 175K and you make like 40K or something.
But she's going for her doctorate, so I'm not going to be doing that.
Oh, well then, okay. Hey.
But that's something she wants to do, though. Like, not for the finances.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Yeah, and that's cool. But that's all I'm trying to say is there's way more nuance to these conversations. But if you're going to get up here and act like I'm not going to get with a man that make less than me, then you would be implying that those men trying to date you need to be insecure about the type of wealth they have.
I don't see I don't see how you drew that conclusion.
Because
where's
it's
the implication?
And
because she's expecting a man to make more than her. So why would anyone with less?
And then why would you go for your career too? That makes no sense either.
Right. Why would anyone with less be secure enough to approach her?
She's saying she doesn't want them to.
Yeah, maybe they should be insecure about approaching her. She doesn't want them to approach her.
Thank you. There you go. That's all.
So what's wrong with that? Like,
I mean, I'm not
with a man.
I'm just saying the prompt is answered by the woman on the panel now. Men don't have to answer it. Men, a lot of the time, are following what women require from them.
Hold on. The prompt doesn't say anything about women making more than men. It says women's independence, her ability to take care of herself. It doesn't say anything about the ability to make more than a man. You're adding.
That's
independence here means if I'm independent, I don't need no man, unless they make more than me.
Can I jump in real quick?
Go ahead, Nani.
Yeah, can I respond?
Debates about that.
I feel like that comes from like the idea that I feel like a lot of men think they have access to all women. And I don't think men or women have access to everybody.
Oh my God.
So if you think you have access to everybody, like if you're making like $100,000 a year, right? And you walk up to somebody like what's it called? Tracy Ellis Ross. You can't walk up to her and be like, I need you to lower your lifestyle to meet with me. And it's not a problem of you making less money. It's a problem of not being able to keep up with her, right? And men will be like, oh, but why does she need to make more money? It's not about making more money. It's about being able to, like, being equally yoked, being able to keep up with each other. So if you can't keep up with her, you can't expect her to lower herself for you.
Why do you want men and women competing with each other?
It's not about competing. It's not about competing.
Well, that's what they're doing when they're competing with the finances.
It's not competing with the finances. Women are starting to make more money, right? In life, and a lot of throughout history has been what does a man provide? Protection and finances. Now I don't need your money, right? It would be nice to have it. I don't need it. So because I don't need it, you're gonna need to come with more than I just have money.
And
you're
that's exactly why the divorce rates are high right now.
No, but you have to be a good person.
What I'm saying is I completely agree with the prospect.
But eventually, you're right. That is why the divorce rates are so high right now, because men have to do something more than just provide.
I agree with you on that.
But Adventure, I need you to understand something clearly. It's never going back. It's never going back.
Okay, well,
ever.
Buckle up,
Let
ladies.
It go. We've evolved as a human society. It's not going back.
I know the birth rate's gonna go down. The divorce rates are gonna go high.
Yeah.
But
figure something else out.
Think about this.
Because women expect a lot more from men because they're making more money.
No.
Let me
tell you something. Hold on.
Be better.
Let me hold on.
Why is it men and women competing with each other?
Hold on, Nani. The women expect more from the government, and you're not on board with women to expect more from the government. That's your problem.
Who are you talking
That's
to?
Adventure's problem that I'm clocking, because we as a people can fight for corporations to not be able to price gouge us so that people can stay at home and two parents don't have to work at the same time. But instead of doing that, you're blaming feminism on inflation. Like, you're
Well,
wasting
I'm
your
blaming the male
energy.
feminists that put us in this position.
No,
not
that's
women.
stupid
It
because
was
you're
the male feminists that put us in
uneducated.
this position to begin with.
No, it's not.
Go look it up,
It's
Carl.
corporate greed that put us in this situation. Corporate
And there
greed.
wasn't
Exactly, host. Exactly, host.
and there wasn't
They
corporate
don't
Hold up,
greed
understand
y'all.
that.
before.
Hold up, y'all. Let Nanny go, and then Malik.
Nanny
Then we'll
already
open the panel
went.
back up.
Christ.
Nanny
No,
already
Nanny
went.
wanted to say something.
I want traditionalism back. That's all I want.
Hold up.
Are you worthy of it? You make less than your wife.
Hold up. Why are y'all still talking? Let Nanny
That's
make her
me that
point, and
makes
then we're gonna go
less.
to Malik.
Sage, put your insults where they matter. All right.
Yeah, I don't
They're
think
the
we should
same.
insult each other. It should be like it's just a conversation. It's not for real like that. So like I feel like the idea of like the idea that somebody that comes to your money doesn't, a woman's money don't matter. It doesn't have to matter, right? Like the money that anybody makes shouldn't matter. But here's the issue. I feel like men see the fact that women are starting to make more money as a threat to themselves. Why does it have to be a threat? Why we can't grow together? Women are starting to be like, I want to be better. I don't like the generation before us. They've told us, oh, do not get stuck in this place where you need a man. You need a man, and now anything that happens, you get beat by a man, you have to stay, or anything happens, you have to stay. Now you have the money to give yourself freedom, and they're threatened. That's weird. Just do better. We can all do better. It's not that women are doing better that the men have to now be like, boo hoo, I can't do nothing. That's sad that women are doing better. They need to come back down to the olden times. It doesn't have to be like that. Let's all grow.
All right, hold up. Hold up. Go ahead, Malik.
To answer the prompt, I definitely just think it stems from having misogynistic ways or mindset. Just because women are more prominent to seek after something that's greater than what they already have, and they really won't give up until they get it. And it could be an insecurity in men just because the man wants to play a role in the partnership instead of just being motivated by his partner and wanting to increase his value just as well as she's doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Hey, Amara. Yeah, it sounds like it's interesting because what Adventure saying, like the whole I want traditionalism, right? And
yeah, I
like,
feel bad for women. Hold on, let me. Can I?
No, I was literally talking. It does become interesting because it's like, again, that's why y'all get triggered by women being independent, because now you want to say, well, you're supposed to get married and you're supposed to have kids. No, you're not. You don't have to do those things. And again, like I said earlier, y'all make it a competition thing. Women are not working the same jobs as men. Let's be honest about it. Lynn sent me an article the other day about how the fact that because there are more women who are in the workforce now, you're going to see long term, you'll see corporations start offering things that's beneficial to women, because it's no longer going to just be about work life balance, but like work that incorporate things like, for example, having a job that has access to like childcare or something like that. Like the idea that y'all want to go back because your ego is fragile and you want it to be centered around you, like that's insane. Thank you, Amara. Y'all do me a favor. Make sure y'all send y'all heart needs. I'm on my backup.
Okay, well then
y'all share the live
well,
out
all
and
the men that
support the
you're gonna
live
date are
goal.
just not gonna be good then.
Your
expectations for men are gonna be really. Your expectations for men are gonna be incredibly high.
No, that's not a flex. That's not the gotcha you think it is. I don't think women should date men at all, and a lot of women feel that way.
Oh my god, I'm leaving this room. You people are stupid.
Exactly. We're not. Look, you're triggered. You're insecure. You're mad. It's that simple. We're literally over here saying that we would rather be by ourselves than to sacrifice our worth and take care of a man, or meet a man where he's at, and slow down our motion. And this is a personal thing. It's the same thing for you as a man. What's the point of anybody dating somebody who's going to mess up their motion and who they have to take on as a liability? What's the point?
I think that Tara's right. Like, or Mary. Goddamn, put your original page in here or something. By the way, this is a backup page, y'all. All 82 of y'all. If y'all like conversations like this, we're not gonna be on Mary account for long. So follow the real page. I just, you're right, Tara, because your ego is fragile, because you want to gain the control you believe you lost, and that you don't foresee yourself being able to get back. You want to, put constraints on women because you don't have control over your money, because you don't have control over how much money you make, really, because you don't have control over being able to buy a home or being able to afford a car without high interest rates. You're like, well, if you women got out of the workforce, I'd be able to do that. And that's simply not true. I don't see how some of the men who think that way believe that a 2-parent household is going to solve interest rates, like high interest rates. Like, how do you think having a family is going to solve you not being able to afford to put your kid through college? How do you think you having a wife is going to solve your child not being able to go to a safe and secure school and pew violence? Like, how do you think that's going to solve that? It's not going to solve that. Like, it's delusional. You think that you're going to be able to bubble wrap your entire household into your house, and they're not going to go outside and feel the effects of society. Like, you're not going to be able to purchase eggs and shit. And you talking about, well, if I have a 2-parent household where my wife don't work and she stay at home and she's submissive, I'm going to be able to afford groceries for my household. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I'll have to agree with the concept of, like, most men do not actually want to do that.
Hold up. You get on your wife's nerves because you don't listen. I know you get on her nerves because you don't listen. Damn. But anyway, somebody had put in a comment about men going to take over. Like, it's interesting because, one, considering all the stuff going on with the waging of war and all that, y'all got bigger issues to fly. But the thing y'all fail to understand is different this time around is because of social media and because capitalism is tied to social media. There's just some things you're not going to be able to suppress that you think you are. And I think it's interesting that men go to is like, oh, we got y'all ladies, we're gonna get y'all. That's what I'm saying. Y'all have been trying to attempt to make every change the society in order to get women to be subjugated so you can feel good about yourself. And it's just so weird. The truth is, y'all weak. And the problem is, you're not supposed to have a family. You were never supposed to be here in the first place. But go ahead.
That's literally not why gas is so high. Like, these motherfuckers in here talking about, like, oh, you still can have a job and submit. A man will be more productive if he had a supportive woman in his corner. What the fuck do that got to do with the price of gas? Like, well, what are you talking about? Like, you think gas is gonna go down because a motherfucker is submitting to their husband? Are y'all slow? That's the reason why y'all are so upset, and y'all have mental illnesses, and y'all fucked up in the mind because you gotta work 60 hours a week to be able to afford shit in a country. Exactly. You can't afford anything. That's why you're fucking upset. Stop putting it on the fact that you can't have a 2-parent household and women are getting smortions. That's not why you're mad. You're mad because gas is $6 and you really can't afford that. You're mad because you have to work 180 hours a week in order to be able to afford a house that you got to pay for fucking 40 years with a skyrocketing interest rate, and you don't know if you're going to be able to retire and take care of your elderly parents when they get a certain age because their money for retirement is not really enough to retire in 2026. That's why y'all mad, and y'all think that by marrying and having children, that's going to solve the problem. It's not going to solve a problem. Are y'all stupid? Y'all sound dumb.
I agree with you 100% on that. That's facts. As a man, I've talked to too many men that want to be this provider dude, and they just can't do it. Even if they got the money, the mental capacity it takes is ridiculous. I would say most men and women do not want to take care of a full-grown adult. That's crazy work.
Like, we're going to go out the country and get a woman. So you're going to go out the country, get a woman, bring her here, and gas prices are still going to be $6. What the fuck is that gonna do to change anything, you fucking idiot?
Have you seen those Passport Bro videos where they end up getting the same treatment from women? It's because you lame wherever you go.
I don't. Okay.
Colombia's sending them back too.
Yeah, like they fighting the wrong people. They like the feminists. Why are y'all not fighting the people who are making it hard for us all to live? You're still not going to be able to afford to buy a home. You're still not going to be able to afford to buy a home.
No, they used to come into propaganda because that's always been the thing, right? To limit women's liberation, to keep these conservative family values, is to always like make the boogeyman, and the scapegoat essentially is feminism. Y'all don't understand what feminism is. And like you said, Lynn, y'all don't understand the economy and capitalism, and y'all like inflation and how the cabinet, what they said, $400 million for a ballroom. You think, how does that correlate? It doesn't make sense.
I wanted to add that, like, be happy that women are helping us out.
I feel like the idea of like submission, like, and I feel like most women don't have a problem with submitting, but you have to be the type of man to submit to. If you can't lead, you can't protect, you can't provide, why should she submit to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of women, like men will be like, women never want to help men. Women never, they do want to help men, right? But only if it's like the correct space for it. Like the women that they be talking about, they be fucking with girls who don't even like them. Like they don't even like you for real. So when she uses you, it's because she never liked you. When a woman really, really likes a man, she's 10 toes down behind him. Like she's holding him down all the way to the ground. But like, because men think they have access to all women, they'll be like, oh, I want that Instagram baddie. I want that bad bitch. I want all these people. And then when they get with her, because she never liked him, she's using him. But it's all women's fault because he decided to be with a woman that never liked him for real. Like, how does that make it everybody's fault?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. All men don't think they have access to all women, so that in itself is like
they move like they do though.
I'm just keeping it 100 though. Like, how many men really out here really think they could bag a Rihanna or they could bag a Cardi B?
Okay,
like,
maybe not a Rihanna, but maybe not a Rihanna, right? But it'll be a woman in there like who's around them, who might not be in the same bracket as them, and like I don't think that it's like. If you're making, like, a lot of women are going to like the medical field, being nurses and stuff like that, right? And I'm like, I'm not saying that it's gonna be a lot easier or harder for anybody, but if a woman is sitting here, she worked mad hard, she got like 5 degrees, she making $200K a year, and you're making $50K a year, and she's like, I feel like our lifestyles don't align. Somehow she's wrong. But y'all lifestyles do not.
I agree with that. I completely agree with you. I agree with you on that, right? Because ain't no reason. Yo, you got a bad echo, my G.
My bad, bro.
No, you good. Right? So, yeah, to what you said, Nanny, right? I agree. Like, ain't no reason why if you making 50K, you out here trying to get with a shorty that make 200K. Like, it's kind of diabolical if you ask me, right? But, you know, men be doing shit like that, which they should stop doing that shit because they fucking it up for everybody else who, you know what I mean? Because that's gonna put her in the mindset like all niggas want is one thing.
So like, why is it okay for a man that make a 200K to date a woman that make 25K?
Most men ain't worried about the same thing that women are though.
That's what I'm saying is if we trying to make it more equal to where a woman's finances don't matter and a man's finances don't matter, then why are we comparing money when we said it wasn't about the money? It was about being
It
independent.
isn't about the money. I feel like more
Listen, just
women.
because she
You
independent
just
don't mean
spilled
she.
out numbers. You said
Hey, yo.
200K versus 50K.
No, yeah,
But J Cups, bro,
giving
this is
you
what
an
you gotta
example.
understand, bro. Just because a woman is working, bro, it don't mean she stopped liking men. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like she bought her bag, but I'm not saying she craving for a man, but she didn't stop liking men. The thing is, when women get bread, a lot of men feel like, nah, I can't talk to her because she might give me pushback. But this is my whole thing. Women have standards. Some standards are diabolical, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can say that. But for the vast majority of women, though, I'm gonna be honest, bro. They still like. I don't even say the vast majority of women still like men. There's a portion of working women that like men, bro. But niggas men ain't trying to do what men do, bro.
Yeah, like
Women
it would
out
be
here
like
looking
They're
like men,
not.
like they some bitches. Like
that
y'all
But
that
that's
niggas.
also
200.
why
Conversation
men
about
who
how
make
men cannot do
200K
this
try to
alone.
choose women who only make 25K, because the
Yes.
same thing that he just said, when women make more, then it's like, oh, she gonna give me pushback. She not gonna lay down and go for my program. And that's why men who make more money choose women. They go out and do that passport bro shit, because now I have control over her. She can't provide for her. You got a crazy echo for real.
Why do some men believe that?
Because y'all want control over women.
It's
What
a
are you talking
control
about?
thing. If
Well, I'm
if a
saying, why
woman,
do
It is
some men
control
think
though.
that they
If you
won't
really
have
look at
leverage
it, it
if the
is
woman
control.
makes
They're
more
not
money?
lying.
it's
It
a
is a
control
control
thing.
thing.
Because if a woman is making $200,000, like, and if she meets a man that she loves and he's making 50K, and if she actually likes him, she's gonna fight for him to get up there. I know a lot of women who would be like, "Damn, he don't got money like that, but I'm gonna hold him down because I dead like him." But then it'd be the men who'd be like, "She make
Get
mad
up for
money."
themselves, Nanny.
Yeah,
You ain't
yeah.
lying. They fucking
Yeah,
up for themselves.
they'd be like, she make mad money, who she thinks she is, da 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 da. Then they'll take your money and go spend it on another girl. Now the girl is like, damn, I gave this broke man a chance, and now he played me. Why would I give another broke man a chance? And it's not fair to judge all broke men based on some like another one person's behavior.
So,
But at the end of the day, it's not about money. Men are more insecure about money than women are, in my opinion. I would say.
just to be
Absolutely.
consistent here, if I had to deal with women that made less than me and that disrespected me, that means I should be going for women that make more than me.
Yes, I think
No,
that.
that does
I
not
Absolutely
think
mean
that.
not.
that.
Just
How
I
did you
think
simply
just
that
get
go
there's a
there
yeah.
from
lifestyle.
So
that?
it's
Hold
not
on.
consistent.
It's
It's not
hold
consistent.
on. What's not consistent is that you made it inconsistent. You would just get with a woman who respects you, regardless of how
Yeah,
much
it's like the
money she makes. Like
lifestyle.
why would you say, "Oh, I'm gonna move on to the man who make more money"? Like that doesn't make sense. The thing is, though,
Right.
what we're not hold on. The thing is, what we're not pointing out here, and when we having these debates, is and this is why social sciences are important to the other guy who said people are going to school for social science degrees, and that's stupid. We're not accounting for the raising of it all, the way that men and women are conditioned to be different. So Nanny is right. Men are conditioned to value money and how much they make. And they have to go through an experience in this life in 2026 where they unpack separating themselves and their value from the amount of money that they make. If men want to not be insecure about the money that they make, that is up to you all to unpack the societal pressure and conditioning of men are only valuable based on how much money they make.
Correct, but what is that only on men?
I mean, it is a society thing. I can
I'm
see
gonna
what you're
tell you
saying on
why
that
it's
part.
only on men. I'm gonna
Because
tell you
while I've
why
been
it's
up
only on
here,
men.
While I've been up here, I've been shamed for making less than my wife, which would imply
Right.
that there are still plenty of women out there that still expect men to make more than them.
And we're going to still believe that way as a woman, right? And I think that
But
we
I'm not
should hold
clear
on,
about his money.
let me respond. We're going to still feel that way as women because, like I said, we're socialized to believe and go through different things. women have to go through having children and living in a society where we don't get paid maternity leave, where we don't get compensated fairly, where we don't get resources to help us with the children that society wants us to birth, right? Not only that, but they're also taking away like birth control and stuff like that. So we're not able to not have the children, right? So based on that, yeah, there is going to be a societal pressure coming from women because biologically we're the ones who are having the children. The men have to make the money.
But what I'm saying
Unfortunately,
is, that's the answer to the prompt then. That's the
what?
answer of why some women are insecure when they make less than I mean, some men are insecure when they make less than women and they're more independent.
That's
That's the
not what the
answer, is
prompt
that it
says. You
is
keep, I don't
perpetuated
know why you keep putting it to the prompt. The
because
prompt has nothing about men making less than women.
independence
Why do you?
implies that they have
No,
money
it
without a
does
man.
not. Independence
What?
implies that the woman is able to take care of herself.
That she has money without the man. Yes.
So,
Just like Sage said, that she's independent, so
Jesus,
she wouldn't need to date a man that makes less than her.
you keep bringing that up. You the one who
No,
keep
no,
bringing that
I'm not the
up.
one
I
that
don't know
brought it
why you
up.
keep bringing that up.
In the past 10 minutes, you guys have been talking about you're going to expect men to make more than you. If they make 200K or 550K and the woman makes 200K, that it's not going to be acceptable. You're the one saying this. This is why I'm saying like you guys are trying to pit me as the one telling the topic when you're the one saying women are still going to think like this.
What does that have to do with
It's
Can't hear you, Malik.
Malik, it's just an answer to
Cubs, you
the
gotta,
prompt. Why
Cubs,
does
drop,
women's independence
Cubs, can
trigger
you drop and
insecurity in
come
men?
back? Like, yo, you got a bad echo.
Yeah, so
Go ahead, Malik.
I was just asking him, like, what does that have to do with triggering insecurities within men? Like, he keep trying to confuse the prompt, but it's like you still not telling your insecurities. Like, nigga, at this point, what insecurities do you have?
Yeah.
Like, maybe we should use those for an example to see where we can navigate.
It's like I would say it's like the idea of like 50-50, right? Like what Call Me was saying, the idea of 50-50 doesn't work
reason would
because
they
men,
have to be secure in approaching that woman?
yeah, like men will be like, oh, 50-50 on finances, but when it comes to everything else, it still falls on the woman. So instead of being 50-50, it's 75-25. Like she's still taking care of the kids, she's still taking care of the home, and then she's still going to work, she's still paying the bills. So that's when women are reluctant to be like, why would I do that? I could do all that by myself. Like, what did you add to my life besides another responsibility?
Yeah, in that specific circumstance, I agree with you. Why would you pick up another liability?
Yeah, but in all reality, men will be like, oh, that's 50-50, 50-50. And then you go do 50-50 and then you're still doing everything. And then
But
they'll be
see,
like, oh,
so
that's your
I see
job
the
as a
same thing
woman.
when men talk like this about women is you need to deal with the woman that you appreciate and reciprocate towards you, right? If this is your perspective of the men that you're dealing with, then those are those men. You know what I'm saying? Not every man out here is just waiting for a woman to pay bills and clean the house.
I don't believe in that anyways. But in general, I'm saying that there's a lot of men who will make that argument. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll be like, women, like that guy who just left talking about women are just lazy, go use a dildo, What was he talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense. How did we go
Like
from
me and Malik probably don't even accept that kind of behavior in other men. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. There's a lot more nuance to these conversations.
Okay, so then what did you mean by the insecurities that were triggered by men? That's what I'm confused about.
Say one more time.
The prompt. That's what I'm asking you, because you were saying that about the insecurities that women trigger, like the independence the women have triggering in the insecurities in men. What was the insecurities that you were talking about?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, so if a woman is saying like I'm independent, I don't need a man, they're gonna have to be at my level or more. why would any man below their level be secure enough to approach that woman if that's the standard? What I'm saying is, if you're asking for someone to be at your level or more, you're quite literally, requiring them to be insecure so that they
Nobody
can
can
get to
require
your
you to be
level.
insecure. Just approach women who are equally yoked.
That's what I mean, though. If you want a woman that's more yoked than you, you have to become better than them, right?
No, just do better for yourself. And then the woman that's around you, you will
But
find
that's
them.
not how relationships work in the real world. If I saw my wife and she was something that I really wanted to get with and be with and share a life with, I would have to work to get to that point to be attracted to her.
And that's anything in life, though. If you want your
Exactly.
life to be better, you
But
fight
that
and
is
you do
so.
better.
So I think the issue is with the word
It's not about
insecure. I
insecurity.
don't think the word insecure is inherently a bad thing, right? If you're insecure about approaching a woman that's just doing better than you, that's how you should feel.
No,
That's not
no,
the
it's
time. You keep
what it
making it.
says.
I
But
keep telling him that.
no. Listen, I'm mirroring the logic that you guys are selling to me, because I am
No,
not
you're not.
subscribing to
You're
that.
not
You're saying that men
comprehending.
are
Hold on.
have to be
I'm not
insecure
actually
Hold up.
if they want women
subscribing to
better
that
than them.
ideology. I don't.
No, hold up. Cub, you're not comprehending. We're
Let
not
me
talking
give you an
about
example.
insecurities. Talking about why. Hold up. Why is it triggering the insecurity in men? Why is what a woman doing? Somebody you don't know. What
Yeah.
she's saying about her independence. Why does that trigger y'all so much? The
I
insecurity of it all. Hold up,
whether or not
no.
that's an
Cause you like it.
acceptable.
Hold up, sir. Your insecurity being tied to the values of another person. There is something wrong with that.
Right, but I'm saying
It is something wrong with that.
if the requirement from a certain person is to be better or above them, the people approaching that person are going to have to be insecure.
No. I don't know. Hold
But
up.
why?
Y'all
Like
be
I didn't
real.
need to be insecure
Hold up.
about my wife because I'm not.
Hold up. You keep talking about. Hold up. Let her come here and speak for herself. The interesting thing about that is when women talk about them being independent, that's not to be like, oh, you gotta have X, Y, Z, because y'all always lead with like relationships. She's basically saying that she can support herself. And given the history that women have had, it makes sense that a woman would say, oh, I'm independent, I can take care of myself. Now you're saying like, oh, she has the other requirements because your default is a relationship. That's the problem.
It's like you can take care of yourself, yes, but like a relationship is a plus. It's not a must now for women. If you get what I'm saying, like it's not by force.
But the problem is he kept conflating two ideas because he's the one who brought up that his wife makes more than him because he's seeing himself in this prompt, right? And it says nothing about a woman making more than a man. That's what he's putting on there. I don't know why, because I explained it to him several times. Like the prompt doesn't say anything about the woman making more than a man because a man can be insecure about a woman being independent and he makes more than her.
That's true.
Like a lot of men who make a lot of money, like a lot of men who make like a decent amount of money, right? They can make more than most women. They're still going to be insecure about the women being able to afford to take care of himself. And that's what the other man was saying, Andrew or whatever his name is. He was saying he was the man in question because he was like, women shouldn't be able to have jobs and take care of themselves because that makes it hard for men to be men. That's what was like throwing us off. And then he kept bringing up the fact that his wife make more than him. Like if that make you insecure, which it clearly does, you gotta go make some more money, baby.
And I feel like
And that's just that.
And I feel like that's the disconnect. Like women are always like, if I don't like my situation, let me make it better. And I feel like in this generation, a lot of men are just like, women are doing better, but why are they doing better? How does that is affecting me? It's affecting me. Instead of just getting up and doing better as well.
The problem is, and we talked about this yesterday on Mary's other live, and y'all make sure y'all follow her main account. Do y'all see the sticker where it say main account is by Meg's Eyes? Follow her main account because this is a backup account, right? Yesterday we was having a conversation and I asked the men, who do y'all think is more susceptible to propaganda? And it's the men. Like, y'all are falling for the propaganda so easy that y'all don't see that the way that y'all believe and the things that y'all think are really affecting us is based on propaganda. It's not based on reality. Like, y'all are letting propaganda hold y'all in a place of like stuckness. Like, y'all can't see past the propaganda so much that y'all are stuck in a time that y'all think we gonna go back to, not realizing that time is gonna always move forward. Like, what the fuck do y'all think human evolution is gonna stop because y'all not making enough money, or because y'all believe that women should be held back? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's very weird to me that y'all falling for the bullshit and y'all can't see that the government is scapegoating feminism while getting away with, like, holding y'all back. Like, and y'all not able to do anything about it because y'all got the wrong bad guy. Y'all going after the wrong bad guy at this point.
So when Nanny said, just go earn more or whatever, that's the thing. They don't have it in them, right? A lot of the benefits that men have been able to have over time is because of access to women. Women being like the backbone and taking care, like filling out applications, doing the housework duties, taking care of the kids, doing all the responsibility outside. So he in the inside of the house, so he can go outside and do what he want. And the reason their crash out is not let's go harder, fix the system. Their response is, oh well, we're going to vote with conservative values that limit women's rights and access to autonomy, because they don't have enough. That's the thing about privilege. Privilege makes you weak because you don't actually have to gain the things that you have. You have them by default, and when they're removed, you don't know how to reestablish it. So that's never going to happen. Just so y'all know. Thank
And
you,
it's a little
Mom.
bit, and I would say it's a little bit sad too, because when you look at it, when men be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do the passport thing, leave and go marry a woman who makes less in a different country," they don't realize that it's outside of America. A lot of times, those men and women are raised completely different. Like, those men are raised with a completely different type of hustle because they don't have access to a lot of stuff. So like they'll be like, sometimes in some countries you will go to school and get your doctorates and you will be selling water in the street because you don't have access. So those type of people, they work extra hard, and to them to take care of a woman is not even a question, it's a requirement. You know what I'm saying? So like, they go chase after those women, and a lot of times they can't even handle those women because those women were raised around men who were taught that this is like, it's not a question if
When
or
you
when you
said
take
it
care of a
said,
woman.
when you said it was sad, who was it sad for?
That what, like, for men, like
No,
the ones who are leaving the country to
no,
be
it's not
like,
sad. No. Like, I love that Colombia sending them back. Some places, it's dangerous for them because you understand, like, people who live in those countries. I know, like, especially in the U.S., a lot of propaganda outside of the country. A lot of these places they want to go to exploit, and they trying to
mhm.
smack exploitation, whatever. Um, these men again, when I was talking about like them not having these service jobs, a lot of them cannot just pick up, go to another country and stay
They don't
there,
even have
right?
it.
They have to bring they have to have the money to get the visa to get the person back. And when the women get here, like, it's a game because when you like, if you have like this traditional way you're supposed to live, those women, their goal is to get access to resources. It's not based on
Yeah.
relationships, based on feelings and love. So yeah, if they want to go and get exploited, I don't think that's sad. I think you got what was coming to you.
Yeah. To
Like
me,
he
I say
he
it's
earned
sad
he
because like, it
earned
didn't
it.
have to be like that. Like, it didn't have to be like,
No, it did. No, it did have to be. Listen, what I'm saying. It did
mhm.
have to be like that. It
Okay.
did because all it is exposing how weak they are.
Hmm.
Because when we say it didn't have to be like that, it's. I want to make sure we didn't have hope that there was going to be something else. We got to understand the image of a man that we had, like the propaganda was feeding us, does not exist. He's not real. It was like, oh, you could have did better. He couldn't. They were
Okay.
raised without life skills. They were raised to think that, oh, they just had to get a job and find a partner and it will be okay. Society changed, they can't adapt and they crashing out. A lot of them are not supposed to be having families in the first place. It's not sad. That's not a sad thing. That's how evolution works. It's survival. Like you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. What is it? The Darwin Award. Get your Darwin Award. That's what I'm gonna say about that.
I'm so dead. But like, even
No,
like,
and like, but no, Nanny, because this is the thing. Life is gonna come crashing down on them either way. Because what do you expect them to do? Be with us? You expect them to be in relationships with us? Like what did Malcolm X say? The chickens are coming home to roost. Like, go get a woman who lives outside of this country. Like, go have traditional homes. Like I keep repeating, you're still not going to be able to afford to buy a home. You're still going to be upset because you cannot go on vacation. You're still going to be upset because you can't afford to retire. You're still going to be upset because gas is $6 an hour. They're fighting for traditional homes that they cannot even maintain. And they think that they can't maintain them because women want Birkin bags. It's all propaganda. You can't maintain these homes because of inflation. And instead of fighting against inflation, you're fighting for women to not want Birkin bags, and women don't want Birkin bags in the first fucking place. You fell from an idiot with a microphone who
the
has a
white girl.
conservative fucking agenda, right? Because they believe in the fucking great erasure of YT people. Your dumb ass fell for that dumb ass shit. You fell for it. And now here we are. The chickens are coming home to roost. We still can't afford eggs. We still can't afford groceries. You went and got your traditional wife from overseas, and you still make $60K a year, and you're not going to be able to afford her or the kids that you make. Whoop-de-doo. Like, okay, now what? Now what?
And that's why
Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about?
And that's why I say that sometimes it'd be like men will be like, oh, I don't like this woman. Oh, women do this, women do this. It's because they're with women that don't like them. Women who are with them for what they were
No, that's
looking
not
for.
why.
No, I'm saying that women who were with them for what they were looking for to build that life, but she's not willing to hold you down because you was looking for a woman who was below you, who's gonna use you for your money.
Don't
That's what she was
matter.
there.
It does not
No,
matter. Like,
yeah, it's
it don't
something.
matter.
That's what I'm saying. It's something fundamentally wrong with them. Is the point?
That's what I'm saying. Like
they have
they chose that, and then they're blaming all women across the world for things that they decided to do because they didn't like how women who were doing better are doing. Like, if you didn't like those women and you found the woman that you like and she didn't do what you wanted her to do, how is that everybody's fault?
Because they male chauvinists and they feel like men are supposed to be above women. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, they can be scary, but
even for women who are just like you just want to be like in a normal relationship, and they have all these insecurities because they've been consuming red pill content.
So let me ask you a question about that. Hold up, I want to ask you a question about that because I really don't care what's going on with them. To be honest, right? Having access to social media, seeing what's going on, we got the great divorces of women who've been married long term and they leaving, right? We got women talking about how they thriving outside of the relationships. We see that women could be independent. We see that women are building bonds and doing stuff like, you can travel. There's more life to having children and being stuck at home. My question is, why do women still want the traditional life?
I think it's a companionship. I think sometimes people just want companionship because at the end of the day, like I feel like that's the difference. It went from
what do you think?
Needing
what
it
do you think companion?
to wanting it.
Okay. What do you think? Like, not the romanticized version you got from Disney or the rom-coms, not from the Cosby shows. Based on reality, what does companionship with a man actually look like?
Yeah, I feel like in this generation, it's kind of like hard to see what that really look like.
You think it was easier in previous generations?
No, I feel like the previous generation got a version of companionship that nobody bargained for. So like it's like a skewed version where like they had to like suffer for whatever they thought their companionship was. So now this generation is trying to move away from that and get the Disney version of companionship. But I feel like men are not ready to step up to that. So it's a disconnect somewhere.
All right, so we gotta understand the Disney movies, right? The creators and writers, directors for those films are men, right? They the ones who took those really sick stories and romanticized them and sold us to them as childhood, right? When we talk about the previous generations, a lot of those relationships that we think is companionship was a girl and a man, because they would they would get girls pregnant who were underage. They like, you got to look at the age gap, right? And again, the women didn't have rights, and the women who were in those relationships are speaking out now, talking about the reality of them, right? And it's like to be like, well, I still want the Disney version, or we're seeking that. Even when it comes to the traditional life, you literally can go read the journals of women who are housewives, and they talk about how miserable it was. Literally, the kids who were raised in the housewives are rebelled in the 60s, which is why we have all the movements we have in the 60s. And with all that ample information, right, does it make sense that women are still saying, well, I'm going to look for Prince Charming?
I don't think they want a traditional marriage per se. They want the image of a traditional marriage. Like what a traditional marriage should be is what they're looking for, instead of what a traditional marriage is. And that's
my point. Because the version of the traditional marriage that we have, it didn't come from your household, it didn't come from your parents. It came from the plot-based media we watched growing up.
That's true. So I guess it also comes from that, like the idea of propaganda you was talking about. Like women are really taught that you need a man, and I feel like women are starting to be like, that's not true at all. So
I just want to say that, like, at the end of the day, that's why it's important for women to like really think about who fed them the information and the reason for it. Look at reality around them. Look at what's really going on. I know we got a lot of like couple content creators, because that's supposed to be a bag, but look at what's happening when you find out what's going on behind the scenes. How many of them are breaking up? Like the reality situation. And unfortunately, we have to understand we're not special. I'm not special. I don't have some cheat code that every other woman doesn't have, and I'm going to be able to find somebody and live this romantic fairy tale because I did all the right things and I did the checklist, and like it's going to work for me. We're not special. We understand that this is sexism, the oldest form of oppression, and it is a systematic problem. It's been going on for thousands of years, and we still got women, unfortunately, who think, well, I'm special, I'm going to find a unicorn. Even though you have women screaming to the rooftops who've gone through this and saying it's not what you think it is. And I'm not saying you have to believe some random person on the internet. You literally can talk to your mother, your grandmother, not thinking about when you was growing up, how you romanticize your parents, because that was a child like mine. Go talk to the women in your family as an adult and get the real story, so you can stop chasing a fantasy, so you won't be the next person screaming like, oh my God, look what's going on. Because how are you going to get companionship from someone if we're not even compatible?
And I think
we're not raised
the
the same.
Like I was talking about this to my sister the other day, where I was like, in the household, when if there's a mom and a dad, there's a disconnect in this generation, because women, especially when they get older, see how their mom was treated, see how everything that happened to their mom, to be that good wife, to be that good woman, to be that traditional woman, and they're like, I don't want that for my life. But then men see their fathers and they're like, he was treated like a king. He didn't have to do nothing. All he did was bring home the bacon. And they're like, I want a woman like my mom. But the mom is telling the daughter, do not be like me, be better. So now there's a whole generation of men who want women who were like their moms, and a whole generation of women who want men that were better than their fathers. So now there's a whole disconnect, because like men are just like, women are changing. No, they're becoming better. they're understanding more that like there's more to life than being a mother. There's more to life than being a wife. It's a plus, but there's more to it.
I think that with black men is different though. I think that black men didn't get to experience the two parent household. So when you didn't get to experience something that everybody's telling you like, oh, if you had this, then life would be different. They're going through like the if I would have had a two-parent household, I wouldn't have had to struggle and I could have had everything that I wanted and life would have been perfect and we would have been living like the Cosbys or we would have been living like Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv or we would have been living like Leave It to Beaver or we would have been living like, you know what I'm saying? I would have had a loving home where mom and dad would have came to all my games and like blase, blase, blase. Like they're romanticizing the idea of a two-parent household. And I'm not saying like a two-parent household is not financially easier, but they're putting an immense amount of pressure on a two-parent household, and that's it. Like they're stopping right there. They're like all of life's woes and all of life's problems would be erased if we're able to have two-parent households, but like not even realizing like there are multiple fights being fought at the same time. Like I keep on mentioning, like systemic racism will still exist. Two-parent households are not like like y'all don't get that. Like y'all think we would have been living in the perfect America? Like, or it don't matter because I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I feel like
Yeah. Just sorry, real quick. I just haven't said anything in a while. Yeah. On the other side of that, like what I'm seeing is this like vitriol that is becoming very apparent from white men to liberal white women. There's literally t-shirts and stuff being made right now of like deport liberal white women, like all like coffee mugs, keychains, whatever. Like there's just a whole like movement of like liberal white women are the enemy from these angry white, like more conservative men. Well, why is that? Because liberal white men were always told that what is the trajectory of your life, right? I'm gonna find a nice white lady and we're gonna settle down, and like there was no question of that. And now we're more ideologically divided than ever before, especially like the younger generations, and like they're real mad about that. And like, it's not the fish in the barrel that they thought it was going to be. And now they have, t-shirts saying to deport us.
And I feel like a point that Lynn has made over and over again that's going over a lot of the men's head is that just because you want this in a relationship, just because you want this in a marriage, doesn't mean that the world is going to change. Like the world is still messed up. Women still don't have rights to their bodies. What's it called? There's still no money for
I think
anybody.
it's hold up real quick. I understand this one back up. And Nanny, let me explain something. We don't waste our energy on explaining anything to the men. Okay. We're not going to give them a synopsis of what they should get from it. Like you essentially giving like free labor for what? For him to try to turn around and make an argument. You see what I'm saying? No. The point of these conversations is to point out how fucked up they are. Since they like to come online and tell all their business and expose how they think, we just be looking at how they think and what they're saying. We're not trying to explain nothing to them. This is not to convince men to be better or nothing like that. That's not expected. That's not, because it's not going to happen. The goal isn't for men to be better and still get the companionship and all that. No. All that energy, put it in yourself. Learn to love yourself. Build your community. See how these nuclear families that's been set as a standard by the conservative party that's been spoon-fed you since your childhood, essentially has got you chasing after this man for this codependency, so that this system, this engine can keep going and it don't benefit you at all. So no, nobody gonna summarize for the man. Who cares? Let him crash out. Let him yeah, because if I gotta sit there and explain, if I gotta sit here and explain to you common sense, then I gotta look at myself like, why am I taking my time to explain to you? Like
Common sense is
it don't
not
make
common.
sense.
Like I feel like I feel like common sense is not common. Like people, I've something I've learned speaking to both sides. Men and women don't think the same way at all. And sometimes when, like, as a woman, you can understand stuff and be like, okay, this makes a lot of sense to me, da da da. But I feel like sometimes when I listen to men, I just be like, I'm losing brain cells. But to them, when they talk to them,
Yeah,
that's
and when
not
you
what they
say,
think.
but that's what I'm saying. When you said think different ways, right? Because they think different ways. That's what where I would challenge you to go back to the statement about the companionship
Mm-hmm.
and realize the game that's being ran.
Like, what you mean by that?
How you gonna have companionship with somebody and y'all don't have anything in common?
Okay, I could see that.
The idea about opposites attracting, that's false. When you look around the friends you have, y'all have something in common. You have hobbies that's the same. You have like views and you can have discussion. Somebody who has different views, right? A lot of them pretend to be progressive in their thinking because they know that's what women think and believe. So they pretend, but they're lying. Thank you, Amara. Essentially, it's like this person, your political views are different. You're progressive and they're traditional, right? They expect you to do all these gender roles and they want to fulfill some roles, some dreaming with them because their ego is fragile. Y'all don't have the same hobbies. They don't like you. You understand what I'm saying? There is no
Yeah,
companionship there. That's a game that's being played.
but that's why I say if you find somebody that you're equally yoked with, and it's not always possible, but if you find someone that you're equally yoked with, it comes to a point of understanding versus being exactly the same. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean
Like,
equally yoked?
equally yoked meaning like you guys have a similar way of thinking or are open to understanding the other person. You guys are
Did you
like
hear what I said?
that. What
It's
happened?
fine. I think I think and this is fine. We disagree. I'm gonna just tell you this. For me, the family structure that we've been spoon fed has been beneficial to the system at our expense. It's
That's
not
true.
about finding somebody that you equally yoked because that's the game they play. Like that's the manipulation they do. You mirror a woman when you first meet her, you love bomb her, you find out what her triggers are and get all the information, and then you drop the mask and she hooked. That's the whole thing because men naturally chase women, but the
Okay,
way the
I see
system
what
is set
you're
up,
saying.
we end up chasing them. So when you're like, I'm just gonna find something equally yoked, yeah, you're gonna find somebody who's playing in your face. And what I'm saying is, on the grand scheme of things, to think that you're gonna do all this bullshit, right? And it's important that we understand that online, we think that, this must be different online. This is not what's happening in real life. Online, they are anonymous. So they get to say what they truly feel. These are the same men who are walking around outside. So if this is how they feel and this is how they think and this is what they're saying, what kind of insanity as women do we have when we think, I'm going to find a good one?
No, yeah, that's true. Because I feel like there's always a lot of women saying that I have to find the good one. And there's how many good ones are there? That's true.
I just feel like life is so much bigger than just a relationship. And the way you learn it is by loving yourself first. Late stage adolescence between the ages of 18 to 25, we're supposed to be formulating our identity outside of the family home, our independence. What happens when you are tethered to a man because you are conditioned to give emotional labor and free invisible labor, and he's socialized to extract it from you. Then you end up being selfish for even caring about yourself, and that's just why they want you to establish all these things in your life and feel like you have to have a family before a certain age. So those years that you should be putting to the side for yourself, being well-rounded, traveling, meeting people, figuring out what you like, trying out different hobbies, getting comfortable by yourself. They want you chasing after a man. You feel like, I'm falling behind because I'm supposed to be doing something else. And it's a game that's being ran. And it's interesting because the women who say something about it, they demonize. In the Disney princess movies, there's always the evil stepmother. There's always an evil woman, older woman. Because what happened with older women, they go through it and then they tell us. And because they've been feeding this propaganda, we don't value what they're saying because they triangulate. They say, oh, they old and they bitter. You young and beautiful. She's just hating on you. You ignore her. And in these same movies, who's the person who just is what was that, Beauty and the Beast? The father, horrible man.
Yeah.
He's seen as this victim. So like you gotta understand, these men, white men but men, have from a very young age told you that the older women who are more community minded, who have raised children and families, who've gone through these things, who are telling you, oh, something's up, something not right, go back and start over, don't come over here, something ain't right. And he said, no, she just mad, keep walking, you gonna keep walking. But why do you trust him? So yeah, like I said, y'all can have your own opinions about what y'all doing or what y'all want to do, that's fine. But if you're still thinking that you're gonna find a good one and he just out there, just got wait time, whatever, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to. You're supposed to think you special, and you're gonna end up in the same situation.
And even the way that Black women were portrayed, like, I mean, they weren't like the only Black princess is Princess Tiana, and even her, like all the other princesses had like something extravagant, like the fairy odd parent, like the fairy whatever, the fairies and the powers. Tiana was literally suffering for a restaurant. Like she had to do hard work and because I feel like even just not women in general, even the way that Black women is viewed in media is also very like sad. It's like it goes from like
I'm gonna say it differently. I think the saddest part of the Princess Tiana story is when that dude shows up. To be honest, she had a goal. She was working towards it. She wasn't like, why do we see that as sad? Because the thing is, are you like the other women? They was going into the castle. What was happening behind the castle doors? We don't know, because when did the story end once they got married? So you don't even have a scale. There's no rubric on if your relationship is working the way it's supposed to work or not, because they didn't give it to you. They like, oh, get married, shut it down, shut the movie off, stop right there, because think about it, you romanticize this and you finally get to it, and then if it's not working out, you start blaming yourself because this is supposed to be something else. And because we have the save face and the status that goes along with the relationship, people are lying about what the relationship is, which is why people say they're in the best loving relationship, and then once they separate from their partner, that was the worst person ever. How it flipped so fast.
That's true. Like I understand what you're saying, because when he came into her life, her entire life derailed. Like she was working hard, getting to her bag, and then this man came, and then her life was like completely derailed until she was able to fix it back herself. Actually,
yeah, I don't see her story as sad, to be honest.
The Cheetah Girls had it right when they said, I don't want to be like Cinderella sitting in a dark, cold, dusty cellar waiting for somebody to come and set me free. Like, that's what these niggas want you to do. They want you to be sitting around looking stupid, twiddling your thumbs, like as desperate and as in despair, in a great amount of despair, hoping that one of them come along and save you, and they can give you anything in exchange for it, like anything. I read in this book, it's called The Mastery of Love, right? And in the book, the man was saying how it's important for you. It's a man, Damian Ruiz. He was saying that it's important for you to love yourself, like, and respect yourself above all things. And he gave the analogy, like, if you were in a house and in the house, it's filled with everything that you ever wanted as far as like food and nourishment, right? All the good food. Like you got steak, filet mignon, seafood boils, all type of shit. And somebody came knocking at the door and they said, hey, I have this pizza and I'll give it to you as long as you do anything that I want you to. You would be like, yeah, right. Like I got crab legs in the kitchen. Like why the fuck would I want your like bum ass pizza? No. Right?
Yeah.
You would shut the door in his face and be like, keep it pushing. But if you are in a house and you haven't ate for 3 weeks and somebody come knocking at the door and they like, I got this pizza and I'll let you have some of this pizza, but you got to do everything I want. You're going to do whatever whatever they want because you're starving. You're desperate for it, right? So moral of the story is be fulfilled. And in the context of this conversation, it would look like having your own job, having your own resources, having your own lifeline as far as like people to be there and talk to you about. Like a lot of women want to have somebody in their life because they feel like they weren't loved enough. You have to figure out what it looks like for you to be loved enough as a grown 25-year-old woman, 32-year-old woman, a 45-year-old woman, what it looks like for you to be fulfilled within yourself. And if you have to go back and heal the things that made you feel that way in the first place, then so be it. But keep hopping from person to person and then from child to another child, because a lot of women have children too to fill that hole. You're never going to be fulfilled, and people
Thank you,
are going to be
Monica.
able to manipulate you for the rest of your life because you're not plugging that hole that's causing you to feel like you're not enough. And for some women, it's going to take you all of your life to be able to feel enough. And that does not mean that you should settle and just be with a man. That doesn't mean that. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to be taken advantage of every chance that you can, every chance, right? So, like, a lot of women need to figure out the stuff that makes them like their triggers and the strings that motherfuckers use to pull to manipulate them. And it looks like resources, it looks like love, it looks like belonging, it looks like having a community. Like you don't feel like anybody was ever there for you in your life and everybody is always turning against you. So let me find a man, because if I get a man, my man won't turn on me. He'll be here for me. And if I show him enough love, he'll reciprocate. And that's not true. It's not.
I agree with that because I feel like a lot of women grow up and they go through whatever they go through, and then like as they get older, it's like I feel like as you get older, you separate from people in your life, like your siblings, your friends. Like when work comes to work, and the like life's quote unquote solution is, oh, if you get married, you're gonna have that partner forever. That's the person you can always come home to. That's the person you can always talk to. But when you're waiting to be like, oh, I have this hole in my life, I'm insecure, I have all these things, and you're waiting for this man to come and save you and be that person that's gonna care about you, be that person that you can come home to. I feel like that's the scary part too, because then it's like, oh, what's it called? I'm waiting for this person to come, but what if they never come? What if you just decide to put all that energy into yourself? So when and if they do come, then now you're not relying on them for that energy. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's like investing in stock, right? If you don't have a diversified portfolio and you invest in one stock, that's some risky stuff. Like nobody's gonna advise you to do that, right? You have to have like multiple multiple things you're investing in. It's the same thing. Like the problem is we put the romantic relationship on a pedestal to the point where the women will get in relationships and even the friendships they have, they won't value as much as this romantic relationship. And you end up being isolated, right? And you gotta understand, because men don't have the same connection with their friends, they interfere too because they are dependent on women for like emotional support. So other people around you become like a trigger for them because it's the competition for your time. So what end up happening is you end up being isolated from other people, and that's nothing about that is well rounded. You're supposed to have you're supposed to have multiple relationships with different types of people. But we end up isolated because we're told, oh, the romantic relationship is the most important. And I'm gonna implore a lot of y'all to go read what the women of the traditional housewife era was saying and how miserable they were and how they was taking volume and substances and how isolated it was. And you don't have anything in common with your partner because your partner is going to work all day and you at home with the kids all day. What y'all going to talk about? And not only that, you're desperate for them to come home because you just been around. You've been doing play dates and looking at poop colors and stuff all day. You need somebody to talk to. They can't relate, and they're not going to help you when they get off because what they want to do, they want to relax. And then your second shift starts because you're expected to do all this servitude at that point. Like really, because it's painted like this. Oh, this be so beautiful because people don't be wanting to work, and I get it because there's some problems with the workforce. But what ended up happening is you don't have anything. You don't have anything. So you're codependent on this person. So when their mood is shifting and you don't like it, you're not going to say nothing. You're going to be walking on eggshells because your whole identity and your whole livelihood is tied to this person. It's a very vulnerable position to be in. And yet it's promoted like it's a fantasy. It's the most beautiful thing. No, you're codependent on this other person. You've been you're basically like a child at that point. You're a child at home with all these responsibilities, but you don't have a level of independence. And that's a crazy situation to be in. Like, go read about what actually happened. Don't look at these viral videos and they smiling in the camera and it look good because they trying to make money for the content, right? They trying to make money with the content. You have women who say they are housewives and all they got to do is, make these cute little lunches for the kids and the husband and everything's all good. They online working. They're working because they need the income. Like, really think about that. I don't know, but people gonna do what they want to do. I just feel like the wool is over a lot of, like, the wool been pulled over our eyes, and we need to like get our head out the sand and like actually look around and see what the hell going on. But anyway, thank y'all for coming. I'm gonna end the live, y'all. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for helping me out, Lynn. I appreciate you.
Bye.
I get my main account back on Monday. No, not Monday, Saturday. So I'll be on my main account Saturday. But yeah, bye, y'all.